G'day guys, this is Jordan and Mark again. Last time we did a video on how to tune your snare drum, which was cool. Now we're going to give this a little follow-up with how to tune a tom, or in this case a floor drum.
This is a heaps quicker video because this is a lot simpler, I think. So you've just got your tom out of the box. You've stuck the heads on, you've got the top one on the top and the bottom one on the bottom. Remember to check that. Usually there's a logo on the top one, maybe it's a thicker head as well, so there's a couple of things to watch out for. Line your logos up the way you want. Some people line them up, the logo on the head with the badge on the drum. Now, what we've done is we've put the head on, we've then put the hoop on, and then we've just done basically by hand these lugs.
Lugs?
Yes.
I remember that.
These lugs, so you get them to what we call zero, where you basically do them to the point where you can't turn them with your fingers anymore. And once you've got it there, that's your starting point. Now, heel of your hand, put some pressure in there. You don't need heaps. Now you might be able to see, it might be a little bit difficult. You might be able to see that there's ripples all the way around. So what we do then is we just tighten it up a little bit, go crossways across the different lugs, tighten those ripples out, and you'll see them come out. Remember to keep that pressure on.
So this procedure applies for all heads, doesn't it? Like
it does.
You can do this for your snare, you can do this for your bass drum. This is just your starting point of how to start tuning.
I find it's a good starting point for your snare, whereas it's kind of a good way to get a new head into the perfect tune, I think, for the drum. Now, that sounds horrendous. The reason is because I haven't done the bottom skin. The bottom skin's really important on a tom in that, so we do the same thing, but what we're actually going to do this time is we're going to put a little bit more tension on the bottom skin. So we want the bottom skin to be a little bit higher than the top skin. And the reason is because your top skin is your note, and your bottom skin is your compression head. So that's the resonance of the note. So how long the note rings for, essentially. So what you want to do is check your drum, put a hand on one skin, so you can hear that bottom one's heaps lower. So let's crank it up a bit more. Now, half a turn on each lug can make a really big difference by the time you've gone the whole way around the skin. So just keep that in mind. So we should have it's quite a bit.
Still a little bit to go.
Just lost track of where I am.
Yes.
So there's a bit of a difference there. Now this is pretty quick and crude. So what you want to hear is when you hit it, you don't want the note to go do. You don't want the pitch of the note to change. You want it to drop in volume, but you want it to be relatively stable. If you've done that and you've tuned the top one kind of, with a new skin, for example, the way that I suggested, it should be in tune for the drum size. And you can move it up or down depending on whether you want minor thirds or if you're into that kind of thing. But the bottom one's got to, if the note drops, you want to tighten the bottom one a little bit to bring the note back up. And if you find you hit it and it's just dead, like it doesn't ring, or it goes then you want to drop the bottom one.
Sounds pretty good. And I suppose how do you determine the pitch compared to your other toms? Like it's often that could be hard too to do the your classic ding ding ding. Like where do you start with that?
So there's lots of different ways that this gets talked about. One of the common ones is minor thirds. I personally think, look, you can tune to a piano or you can tune to a tuner of some sort. There's lots of devices on the market, bot tunes and things like that. I find with new heads, because each drum is a different size, if you do this, it ends up in pretty close to, if not spot on, the right tune for that drum. So if you do what we just did with a 10-inch tom, it will naturally be higher because it's a smaller skin, and so to get those
makes sense.
Those ripples out, it's kind of like if you tune them all to the same tension. If you tune all guitar strings to the same actual tension, there'll be different notes because they're different thicknesses and different sizes. So it's a similar concept with drums. If you do that, it will pretty well fall in the right spot. You may need to back it off or bring it up a little bit.
Yeah, cool. Well, there's lots to talk about. Like you can still make this into another 12-minute video or whatever.
We'll try not to do that.
No. So thanks.
It takes practice and experimentation.
That's it. I think it still needs a bit of practicing. It's not as easy as it may seem, but again, like what we said in the other video, it's just spend time, do it. Like try to do it, because it's worth it, isn't it?
Yeah. You can't ruin a drum kit by trying to tune it. Yeah. You might get it wrong, but that's half. You're halfway to getting it right if you're getting it wrong. So.
Yeah. Great guys. All right. Well, we're looking forward to see you here in the store soon.
See you soon.